If you look at this question, we have two cricket balls A and B. A is moving upwards with a velocity of 30 meters per second, and B is falling from a height of 45 meters above the ground. So we need to calculate how long does it take the two balls to pass each other. So when you look at object A and B, so we are taking down as positive, okay. So direction is very important, you know it, right? So now what are the data you have for A? Okay, we have the initial velocity, which is minus 30, because I took down as positive. A is moving up, so it's minus 30 meters per second, and acceleration is 9,8 meters per second square. Then for B, we also have initial velocity, which is what, 0, and A is equal to 9,8. These are the only things we have. And we need to calculate what is the time when they pass each other. So A and B pass each other at the same time, right? Because we are throwing them simultaneously. We are allowing them to move simultaneously. So they will take same time to pass each other. So for A, delta t is delta t, and for B also delta t is delta t. So how do we tackle this question? You can see, other than these things, what is given is the total displacement. Okay, so let's see, from the ground maybe A reaches here, and A reaches here, and from the top B reaches here. This is where they pass each other. Okay, so if you consider the displacement of B from here to here, we can say this is YB, or delta YB, right? And from the ground to this position where they pass each other for A is delta YA. When you look at these two, right, when you add them, it's equal to 45 meters, right? So we are making use of that. Okay, so delta YA plus delta YB is equal to 45. But here delta Y is the displacement. Displacement is a vector quantity. We took down as positive, means that is, this is positive, right? Then what about delta YA? It is negative. So when you are applying the sign convention, this is equal to minus YA. So when you apply delta YA minus delta YA plus delta YB is 45. Okay, so now we need to get an equation for YA and YB. We know, using the given data, we can say delta YA is equal to VI delta T plus what? Half A delta T square, which is equal to minus 30 delta T plus half times 9,8 delta T square. Solve it wherever we can. So minus 30 delta T plus half of 9,8 is 4,9 delta T square. So that's where we can solve for delta YA. Okay. Similarly, go for delta YB. We use the same equation. So VI is 0 times delta T, right, plus half times 9,8 delta T square. So what is delta YB? 0 times delta T is 0. Then half of 9,8 is 4,9 delta T square. Now we are going to substitute the values in this equation. Okay, so when you look at that equation, minus delta YA is minus 30 delta T plus 4,9 delta T square. Okay, plus delta YB is 4,9 delta T square is equal to what? 45. Okay, open the bracket with the negative sign. Okay, so negative times negative is positive. So 30 delta T Negative times positive is negative 4 comma 9 delta t square. We are done with the bracket. Plus, what is there? 4 comma 9 delta t square is equal to 45. Minus plus, they cancel, right? So 30 delta t is equal to 45. Divide both sides by 30 and our delta t is equal to 1 comma 5 seconds. So that is the answer for the time at which they pass each other. Okay, so when you do this type of question, your delta t square must cancel each other. If they are not cancelling, means there is something wrong with your sign. So that is where you can actually identify. Okay. Then the next question, how far above the ground will they pass each other? How far above the ground? This is the ground. This is where they pass each other. How far above the ground means you are looking for delta YA, right? So we already have an equation for delta YA, substitute in that. Now if you are calculating delta YB, no problem, but we are still looking for this distance, so 45 minus delta YB. So we can do it in one step. So I'm going with delta YA, which is minus 30 times 1 comma 5 plus half times 4 comma, sorry, not half, 4 comma 9 times 1 comma 5 square. Okay, don't forget to square, and your answer will be minus 33,98, which is equal to 33,98 meters. It must be minus because down is positive and we are calculating the displacement in the upward direction. So answer must be negative. Then we write the final answer as positive. Okay.